Welcome to our second full week of the year, January in January. GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio 99.1, 99.5 FM. Welcome to the National Outlook. You know, almost all of last week, every day in the newspapers, we are reading about disgruntled police ranks voice concerns after being overlooked for promotions. It started out when one very senior officer raised his hand and went public. I think it was Calvin Brutus, very senior officer, where he objected, he complained against the promotions of others who had disciplinary records, whilst his record was not along that line, and but he's being held back. Since then, since then, lower down the chain, I mean, all the way down to the bottom, constables and others, a number of people in a number of different areas. It's not one police precinct, one police station, but in different areas, regions, have come out and have voiced their unhappiness. Now, here's the situation. Let's be realistic here, my brothers and sisters. An unhappy cop eventually leads to an unhappy population. I mean, we're not talking about one policeman here or one policewoman. We're talking about several. And these might be the ones who have brave enough to raise their voices, to go public without identifying themselves. Because understand this, police forces all over the world, the police brass do not like when the blue wall of silence, or whatever color it is breached. They prefer to handle things internally. They prefer to leave things that way. So when these ranks are saying something like, I genuinely work hard in this force, and every year there's a promotion, I look forward, but then I'm disappointed when I see the list because I'm left out. I have a family to take care of and salary stuff because my children are getting old, and so on and so forth. Look, the Ghana police force has enough problems. It doesn't need this, and I think it needs to address this fairly quickly in terms of and comprehensively as to what's a better way to go about this. Because, like I said before, unhappy cops will throw up their hands and say, what's the use? It's human. I may do that. You may do that. So let's identify with these folks, because here the guys are saying the dishonest ones are the ones getting rewarded. It could never be fair. Now, why are the dishonest ones getting rewarded? Is it because they are taking in a little something for the people who've got to do the performance reports, who've got to make the decisions? In other words, they're good earners. Don't know, but again, reaching for some common sense here. But if we've got all these, quite a few guys who are unhappy, it's not good for morale. And what's not good for morale is not good for team spirit. And what's not good for team spirit is not good for performance. Today's performance, continuing performance. So therefore, something needs to be done to really bring about some fairness, or the perception of fairness in how we treat our policemen, senior, middle level, junior, so that they feel that the hard work they've put in is recognized and duly rewarded at the appropriate time. I feel we owe them that. The Ghana Police Forces gets bashed for anything and everything, and at the drop of a hat. So now that a couple of internal things have come public, and they're human, I hear the cries. I hear the cry of these guys saying, I have been in that position. I have worked as a colored man, as a non-white guy, And I've had to pay the price repeatedly where I was bypassed. Oh, you're doing good. Oh, you're doing well. And then when the time comes, I had been overlooked. And, you know, I would know what I'll do. I'll give them the Italian handshake, which you don't want to see here. Okay? And move on. Policemen are in a lifetime career. On Wall Street, we weren't constrained by that. We were like, take this job and shove it. Okay? But I encourage our policemen to be patient, those who have complaints, to work with the organization, and I encourage the organization internally and whatever mechanisms may be in place to look into this and to see what can be done to improve the situation. Until the next time, GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio 99.1, 99.5 FM. Thank you for joining us on the National Outlook.